Ready? Let's do it. We sound like nerds.
Welcome back to We Sound Like Nerds, official podcast. Little happy trees everywhere.
Oh yeah! Don't you tell nobody about that little happy tree.
Today is a very important day. We were recording this on the 1-year anniversary of our first episode dropping.
Oh shit!
No, because I had the thing in my memories like 3 days ago.
That we've finished recording.
Oh,
But
we
when
actually released.
when it finally got
okay.
submitted to iTunes and approved.
Oh,
Shit!
It was today, so that's pretty cool.
But 3 days ago was our first recording session.
Yes,
feels like
Yeah.
just yesterday.
Heck yeah!
kind of. It also kind of feels like a long time ago.
Yeah, very long time. This is like Rick and Morty seasons. Like long time.
Yeah, long time between those seasons, and it seems there's more and more time between each episode of the show. But we're getting it figured out. It's tough to do. I'm gonna start with, if you want to get in contact with the show, check us out on Facebook. We have a Facebook page.
We have Facebook.com.
We have Facebook.com.
Holy shit, we're rich.
We bought it from the Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg.
The Zuckerberg.
Our page there's Facebook.com/We Sound Like Nerds, and I just unsilenced my phone. We're also on Instagram, We Sound Like Nerds, on Twitter at WSLN Podcast, and if you're listening to this for the first time, make sure you subscribe to us on iTunes. That way we can keep track of those numbers, and you'll never miss a show that comes out like once a month now, because that's how delayed we are.
Well, but with this new recording time, maybe we'll be able to put more out.
Yeah, we switched up. We're recording on Thursdays now,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
means Zombie Vampire John is now
In full
superpowered. He's evolved into a new type of mutant.
We ditched the kryptonite.
So, I don't know if you guys saw this, but let's talk about that incredibly awesome Deadpool 2 teaser that dropped a couple days ago, where they just completely did a Bob Ross Joy of Painting spoof with starring Deadpool
With little happy trees.
with little happy trees.
See, now I felt like this was a meme of some kind. Like I thought people were doing fan art of Deadpool Bob Ross way before this trailer happened. Am I wrong about that, or
Oh, I've never seen it
Okay.
before. I know that Twitch, the live streaming service, they do Bob Ross streams
really?
that people watch, and I think it's just Joy of Painting, like episodes that they're showing.
Oh, okay.
But the thing with Twitch is there's a chat room, so you can talk, you can like live chat
Oh, okay.
with other people watching whatever stream you're watching.
Nice.
That's what a lot of people like about streaming, because I mean it's
Instant
a lot of
feedback.
trolling shit. But,
Yeah.
yeah, that would be interesting. There's a lot of weird stuff on Twitch.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of stuff weird on the internet. Just weird shit.
Yes, that is true. Oh, by the way, hopefully soon. Just scrap that. I'll tell you guys later.
All right.
We're gonna
Good.
hold on to that one.
Good story,
That
bro.
Happy little
Yeah.
thought right over there.
You're making it really hard to clean this edit up.
Oh.
Jordan, what did you think of the Deadpool 2 trailer?
I didn't like that there wasn't much of the actual movie in it. Like, I feel like most of the trailer was the Bob Ross stuff.
Well, I think like
Like, we didn't really get any hints of what the movie's going to be.
it was kind of like it's more of a sizzle reel trailer.
Well, that's the thing of a teaser, isn't it? It's just to get you ready for, like, as opposed to a trailer itself.
Just to keep it in your head that
Yeah.
it's coming.
Like most teaser trailers are like 1 minute and 10 seconds to minute and a half to 2 minutes. That doesn't make sense. They're like they're just over 1 minute to about 2 minutes, and it's just a trailer like that. And then usually TV spots are like sizzle reels, which is just a series of flashes from the movie as like, hey, this trailer's going to drop next week or whatever. But it's cool that Fox is letting them do this weird crap.
Oh, yeah.
where,
Yeah.
like, they spoof Joy of Painting for a while, and it's
Well, I laughed out loud a couple times.
Yeah.
It was quite funny.
Ryan Reynolds is perfect for that role, and I'm glad that Fox isn't selling that character to Disney, like one of the rumors last week that had come out.
Really?
Yeah, 20th Century Fox was rumored to be kind of seeing what Disney would pay for X-Men and Fantastic Four back, but that would mean Deadpool would go with that.
Oh, is it all a group deal sort of thing?
Yeah. Basically sell their Marvel properties back to Marvel, which is owned by Disney.
Mm-mm.
Disney would not have released Logan.
You don't think so?
No, I don't
Oh.
think so.
I don't know. I think that it was such a good movie that even the premise of it, I think, would have gotten greenlit, even by Disney.
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't think so? You don't think they would have gone that dark?
No, because they can't merchandise Logan.
That's true. They are all about the
Disney's
merch,
all about
man.
merch.
Oh, yeah.
So you can't really merchandise a character like Deadpool either
That's true.
without, having your toys in Spencer Gifts or Hot Topic, basically. I liked everything about the trailer. Negasonic Teenage Warhead looks like she grew up 4 years since the last time we saw her.
Does it say what time frame? This
Nah, I
movie's
don't
gonna
think
be?
so.
Okay.
But she's not,
Yeah,
bald
she's
head
got it,
anymore,
yeah.
shaved head anymore.
Still looking good though.
What happened? Why did he freak out when he turned back that one time in the trailer?
There was something on the painting that wasn't there before. It was like a big red splotch, but I couldn't really make out what it was.
Yeah, I couldn't tell what it was either.
He's just like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I did think it was funny how the painting kept changing.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, that was awesome. Every time we go back to it. Yeah, that was just a great trailer.
I mean-
It's too bad that, I don't know. Most of the promotional material for Deadpool I thought was better than most of the movie.
Oh, and that's what I was going to bring up is like the amount of material that was out there for the first movie. Like,
Yeah.
this is right up the alley for that.
So keep doing it this way. Show me crap that doesn't actually happen in the movie. Just show me stuff in the vein of what you're going to have in the movie, and I'll be fine with that.
And that's the thing, like the fourth wall means nothing for that.
Yeah.
Which is the greatest part of that.
Yeah.
almost, you know.
For Deadpool 1, his little Australian trailer
Oh,
that
yes.
he did, fuck, just gold.
I don't remember. I don't think I saw that one.
He's got like a hat on with like little danglies on it.
He's like, I really wear these things.
Waggling his head a lot. Waggling. Star Wars. Do you hear that Star Wars news?
There's a new Star Wars?
Yeah,
I'm
coming
living
out
under a rock.
in
man.
December. But Disney has greenlit a new trilogy that will
Another
not.
one?
Yes.
And this isn't going to tie in with like the Han Solos.
It's going to be a brand new trilogy. It's going to be in the Star Wars universe. It is going to have nothing to do with the Skywalker family or basically what we know of as those 9 movies.
Okay, so a little closer to Rogue One type.
Yeah, but I mean, like, that was between 3 and 4. So,
Yeah, but like the way it didn't really have anything to do with any of the main characters that you're used to seeing in a
Right.
Star Wars movie.
right.
Yeah.
How do you think that's going to work? How are they going to do it without
I think-
having any ties?
Well, before they scrapped the expanded universe, there were hundreds of novels. There are hundreds of games that you could go and look at source material. So you could go all the way back to like the Old Republic time,
Oh, yeah.
where like the Jedi first came into power and like
Okay.
the first battles with the Sith. You could go in the future a lot. You could just go to a same time era, same era of those 9 films and just be on the other side of the galaxy.
Yeah.
And,
But
just,
with exploding planets and stuff,
yeah, I mean, probably
they
no,
would be completely unaware of that in any of that going on.
I don't know, the galaxy's a big place, man. I don't want another moon-shaped super weapon.
I think we've done that enough. Yep.
And I don't know, it's going to be, so the cool thing about it is Disney is allowing Rian Johnson to basically pen this new trilogy, and I believe he's set to direct at least the first of the new trilogy that he's making, and he's the director of Episode 8.
Oh,
So
okay.
Disney must be very happy with how that looks and, their internal screenings of it, to give a guy who's literally made 4 movies a Star Wars trilogy. So that's awesome. Kyle, you're more versed in Star Wars lore than Jordan.
A little bit, I guess.
So what time zone would you want? God, why do I
Time
keep saying
zone.
fucking time zone?
I'm a big fan of that central time zone.
Yeah.
Central Galactic Time Zone.
I always liked Pacific. What era of Star Wars would you want this set in, and what do you want it to be about?
So, I mean, one of my first things that wasn't the Star Wars movies that I really got into was Knights of the Old Republic.
Sure.
So I really like that time frame. Granted, that was still, and I don't know if this new trilogy is just going to have like the Force, the Empire, Dark Side, all that. I don't know if that's going to tie into it or not. I wouldn't mind seeing it set back in that frame where it was, I don't know if the Jedi were more revered as opposed to being like mysterious. You know what I mean? But as in terms of what it would be about, I mean, I don't know. It's a very rich universe. You could put almost any type of story in there and add whatever characters. But I think just having it in like the Star Wars fashion is going to be a seller right there.
And I think that's awesome.
Thank you.
We were lucky enough to be 80s kids.
Mhm.
And so weird thing happened in the late 80s, basically in the 90s, where you were 15 years out from the last Star Wars movie, and Lucasfilm started doing all of this promotional stuff with an expanded universe of novels. They started releasing toys. They said that the special editions were coming out, and then we're going to get a new trilogy. So there's this like explosion of Star Wars at toy stores and like in consciousnesses of nerdy kids like us back when, we're probably between the ages of like 8 and 12.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that was like the big expansion. And so that's a weird tangent to get off on. So that's where most of my expanded universe knowledge comes from. Like I remember these old books after Phantom Menace came out. It was about Qui-Gon taking Obi-Wan on as an apprentice.
Oh.
And they kind of went around on these little kind of like missions where Qui-Gon's teaching Obi-Wan how to be a Jedi and stuff. So the coolest thing about that time period where you're like 15 years out from the Star Wars trilogies and you're kind of between that time frame is the expansion of the expanded universe. You could do something on bounty hunters. You could do something on this huge, lush universe that George Lucas kicked off, and a bunch of other people have banded on. There's a wealth of things you could make this thing about, and with how much faith Disney seems to be putting in Rian Johnson, we'll go see it. Obviously,
Yeah, maybe not right away, but.
Are we going to get oversaturated with Star Wars, Jordan?
That's kind of what I'm afraid of. And I don't know how well a brand new... I mean, how do you think diehard Star Wars fans are going to feel about a brand new... I mean, I guess maybe you already talked about it of if people did like this expanded universe and took that in without a problem, maybe they will take in a brand new... I don't know how you want to disconnect it or universe of new movies, and Disney just hit the jackpot and is going to get another $1 billion off of Star Wars.
Many billions.
Many billions of dollars off of Star Wars.
Was that a question? Sorry. I'm trying to count something quick.
I think for the most part, people will go see it, especially like even the standard Star Wars fan. I would call myself a standard Star Wars fan. I would say I'm a diehard.
Sure.
I like Star Trek just as much. So,
Schrader.
See, that's the thing. Why do you have to have one or the other? Why can't you have both?
I know. Why can't you? So, are we sick of superhero films?
Now, this Star Wars thing might be like you can kind of look at the superhero genre in terms of how much content there is out there,
Right.
and maybe apply it to the Star Wars, because I'm getting kind of sick of how many superhero movies there are.
Sure. There's just so many.
Yeah.
It's just hard to keep up.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, you saw Thor.
I
recently, right?
went and saw my first Thor movie on Monday
And you
of this
enjoyed
week.
it? It was pretty great.
I really enjoyed it.
Really
I didn't
enjoyed it.
realize how much comedy is. I feel like there's a lot more comedy in the Thor movie than there has been in the other movies.
Yeah, I think that was what TD's doing.
Who's TD? Or-
Who's TD?
Is that what you just said?
I think that was the director of what TD's doing. Taika Waititi.
Yeah, his last name's Waititi.
Oh, his last name
yeah.
is.
Who's
yeah,
Titty?
it's a weird one.
Who's Titty?
I thought you said TD.
That's what I thought you said at
Oh,
first.
so
no.
I said who's TD.
Waititi.
Okay.
He apparently they improvised like 80% of their lines.
Oh, I have no
Oh,
doubt.
seriously?
Yeah.
It
Oh,
was
that's awesome.
It was hilarious.
So if all of these were titled Marvel and then then the title of the movie, you'd be seeing Marvel 17. That is the
And we're not even close to being done.
right. That's the 17th movie that has been in the MCU since 2008.
And I bet I haven't even seen 10 of them.
Maybe. I bet you'd be right around 10.
I've seen how many? I've seen all 3 Captain Americas, 1 Thor, 2 Avengers, 6.
Iron Man?
I've seen the original Iron Man. I haven't seen 2 or 3. So that's only 7.
Ant-Man?
Ant-Man,
Guardians of the Galaxy?
the first one. I haven't seen the second one. So I've maybe seen half of them. 9.
That's nice. Yeah.
9. It's pretty good. Good try.
How many have you seen?
I've seen everything except for Thor.
Oh, you haven't even seen the original Thor? Well, then I
No,
don't feel
Thor-
as bad.
Thor 3.
Oh,
I haven't
okay.
seen the newest. I haven't seen the newest Thor. But all the other ones I have checked out. Lord of the Rings is getting a reboot.
Whoa!
What the hell? They're doing a series on Amazon. Warner Brothers must be really strapped for cash because they're doing this. I don't know.
So now
I think
Is it going to include any of the original characters?
No. Well, yes. They're readapting the story in a series
Oh, okay.
on Amazon.
That was going to be my question. Is it just a retelling, or is it okay? So
Literally the exact same story that was in the 3 movies.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably do some Tom Bombadil stuff, but why? The weird. Okay, so before we get into this more, why does the CGI in those movies, and I'm including the Hobbit trilogy as well, why does it seem to get worse as the movies go on?
right?
Exactly.
What the fuck? It's like they got lazy with it.
Oh man,
Am I in deja vu? Have we talked about this?
kind of.
Okay.
I do
On
believe we have.
how I think the Hobbit trilogy is basically the Star Wars
yeah.
prequels.
It's almost like they wanted to make it look like the Hobbit trilogy was actually before the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, because you were a big fan of the Hobbit trilogy, right?
I mean, I liked it, but I definitely like the Lord of the Rings more.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because I did not like it.
But I think that goes to much like the Star Wars thing, where Amazon could have taken just the Tolkien universe and gone with a show. Like, I think that could have just gone just as well, you know? Because if you don't live up to the original trilogy, like, what the fuck's the point, right?
Yeah. So, Amazon, don't fuck this up. Like,
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of your original content, and it's
I mean,
okay.
I was gonna say I've never heard anything like outstanding about it.
What's some of their original content? 11, 22, 63?
And that's
I think
Hulu.
that was a yeah.
Well, that's Hulu.
They have Power. They
Ray
have
Donovan.
Yeah, do they even have anything I've ever
Ray
heard of?
Donovan's Stars
Oh, is it?
or Showtime.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Showtime.
oh, what was the? Oh, fuck. I forgot what it was.
Man in the High Castle is an Amazon original.
Is it?
Yeah, and that's fine.
That's the one about the Nazis taking over, right?
Yeah. So we lose World War II.
Oh, yes.
Nazis invade.
America split
America.
between Japan and Germany.
That would have sucked.
Yeah, it's an interesting show, I guess. I don't
Kind
know.
of the Wolfenstein of shows.
Yeah. It's decent. You might like it. You love Nazis.
The Grand Tour. But
I do not condone the Nazis. I just want to make that clear.
I like shooting them. That's
Hey.
good.
Wait, is
Decent
condone,
people on both sides. That's all I'm
does
saying.
condone mean good or bad?
Condone means good.
Condemn is bad.
Condemn
Okay,
is bad.
so I said it right.
I do not condemn
I do
Nazis.
not condone.
Yeah, you said I do
Nazis.
not condemn Nazis. You're like, I
Okay.
support them. They're good.
Just wanted to make sure I had it right.
Kyle, what were you saying?
The Grand Tour. Only because I like the original. Top
Yeah, that's
Gear.
on Amazon.
Yeah. I haven't watched it,
Alright.
but I like the original.
See, that's the problem, Amazon. Transparent, that's also on Amazon. That's on Amazon.
Heard good things about that. Never seen it though.
I've never watched it.
They also have Thursday Night Football.
Well, that's
Just
NFL Network.
Amazon has the rights to stream it though.
Oh.
Twitter had it last year.
Lord of the Rings reboot. Fine, whatever. We still have the movies we can go back to.
Yeah.
By the way, I just found those. I'm still moving in, and there are still like boxes in my laundry room that I'm going through one at a time, and I'm taking my time going through them because it's a lot of like junk that we just threw into boxes. You know, when you like are getting close to moving out of a place, and it's just like, God,
You just want
Just
to
all
be
the
done with
You
it.
miscellaneous
just-
crap.
dump, drawers into boxes.
I can only imagine with 4 kids
Oh, God.
too.
Oh,
The
man.
kind of stuff you just threw in.
It's terrible. So, anyways, I found my extended edition Blu-rays, which is, I think, the best series, like the best box set that you can buy until the Game of Thrones complete series box set comes out. It's fucking awesome. Those extended editions are perfect movies. Even Return of the King, which I don't like that much.
Really?
Yeah.
I would-
Because, like I was saying, even in those movies, the CGI gets worse. Like the Battle of Pelennor Fields, where Legolas is riding on top of a surfboarding on the elephant and stuff. It's
Oh
like,
yeah.
that doesn't. And then it's a wave of Mountain Dew. What's the blue kind of Mountain Dew that's at Taco Bell?
Baja Blast.
Baja Blast that just washes over Minas Tirith at the end. You don't even get to see the battle. They're just like, here we go.
Where all the dead warriors
ghosts,
or
yeah.
whatever just mow through everybody.
Thanks for that final battle scene. Whatever. Kyle, what do you think?
An Amazon Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
It's probably not going to get me to buy a subscription to Amazon or Prime.
Yeah, me neither.
We have Prime because we ordered a lot of shit off Amazon.
See, that's the thing. Like, if I got Prime and it was on Prime, like, it would be, if I got Prime, it would be for the free shipping, and Lord of the Rings would just kind of be the cherry on top sort of thing. Like, I wouldn't buy Prime for their content.
Right. That's kind of why we have Prime, is we order a lot of crap from Amazon, and it's just a bonus that we get to see stuff that's not on Netflix.
Because that's the only way to see Amazon stuff is to be Prime, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. You can always rent stuff on there or buy it and stream it through.
Oh, okay.
But
Cool.
that would be very expensive.
Yeah. Well, considering the fact it's, what, $100 a year for a Prime or something?
I don't know.
No.
There's student discounts and different discounts that you can throw on there. Jordan, what do you think?
I have the same feelings. I'm not going to go out and buy Prime.
Just to watch it. Well, you guys will have to watch it over here then
Oh, hey.
in 3 years. when
And
they
I mean,
finally
if
finish.
it's yeah, and if it's really just the exact same, like even including Frodo and
Yeah, you can't really do that story differently.
yeah, like
Yeah, exactly. Like,
So-
if it's the exact same story, I don't know what they're expecting to get out of it.
Well, I mean, Lord of the Rings isn't even the first adaptation of that story. There was 2 animated films, and
oh, the first Hobbit.
yep,
Yeah. Fuck.
really bad. It was
Yeah.
one of the first times they recorded live actors and then drew over the top of them.
Is that what they did in that?
Yeah, that's why the
Whoa.
animation's really fucked up in that movie.
Huh.
It's not a very good movie.
I figured it was just a sign of the times.
No,
Because it was like early 80s, wasn't it?
yeah, 70s,
Was it 70s?
70s,
Oh, shit.
early 80s. There was a Hobbit and a Lord of the Rings movie that they made.
Oh, I never saw the Lord of the Rings one.
Really bad. They compressed 3 books into, I want to say like 89 minutes.
Oh,
That always works out well.
that's terrible.
So it went fast. And a lot of it is front loaded fellowship stuff. So,
Oh.
anyways, let's move on to Nerd Out. Nerd Out is kind of what this show is going to shift to. We're going to do less reviews and we're going to talk about nerdy shit that we like that we've been doing lately. So we're gonna start with Jordan. Jordan, what was your nerd out?
Well, I've got a couple. I finally.
You get one.
I only get one.
Yeah, we're on the clock, man. I need to go to bed. 6:40 already.
Well, I don't want to. I mean, have you seen The Defenders, Kyle?
I haven't. No.
Well, then I can't.
But
we already reviewed it.
So I mean,
So
if
go
there's
ahead.
any
We reviewed
spoiler-
it?
Yeah.
You weren't here that day.
Oh, was that the?
That was Doug. That was a Doug episode.
Maybe did I listen to that one?
I doubt it. You're like, have you seen Defenders?
Did you even release that one?
It's
Oh.
episode, I want to say 18. Could be wrong, but
Well, or I finished season 1 of Stranger Things and watched all of season 2.
awesome.
Nice.
What'd you think?
What? I remember you said you weren't really a fan of the first
I
one. right?
wasn't, and then John had me watch season 2 because he said we were going to be talking about that on this episode, and then
But then we shift gears.
yesterday he texts and says we're not going to talk about it anymore, and so I spent 10 hours of my life watching that show for no reason.
Is that what it felt like? It was a waste of time? Was it
No, season 2 I enjoyed, so then it made me want to go back and watch season 1, and I had stopped after episode 2 of the first season, and episode 3 got me hooked again.
Yeah.
So if I would have just watched one more episode, I
Like
probably
I-
would have finished.
I remember telling you, start episode 3, or I was saying something about those first 2 episodes are kind of like a teaser,
Yeah,
and then the show really starts on episode 3.
because then you get the Demogorgon right away
Yep.
at the beginning of episode 3.
Yeah.
And you can tell they put a lot more money into season 2 than they did season 1. The content of season 2 is much better.
Nice. Let's check that out.
So I just finished season 2 as well. And when I first got through watching it, I'm like, man, that was really good. I love this series. I love what they did with it. And then I went back and I watched the individual episodes through again. And comparing it to season 1 starts, and I mean, the story starts like right away. Kid goes missing right away,
Yeah.
first episode.
Yep.
This season 2, it's like episode 5
Yeah.
where the story finally starts. I mean, the thing happens. Well, episode 4, the end of episode 3, the last scene, that thing happens with Will,
Yep.
and it even takes an episode after that to finally
Yeah.
get going. So that was weird. I'm glad they only did 9
Yeah.
because I hate these 13 episode things. Speaking of 13 episode things, Punisher on Friday.
You just took my nerd out, man.
So
We'll
talk
get
about
to it.
Okay.
tomorrow. Well, tonight. Is it Friday? It's Friday. So, fuck.
Oh, but and also I noticed in both season 1 and season 2 of Stranger Things, they love doing fucking peel outs. There's
Yeah.
like 4 peel outs at least an episode.
Red Ranger was really bad this season.
Oh yeah.
Season 2. Red
And-
Ranger from the new Power Rangers movies, a kind of weird villain.
He brings a human villain to the story, kind of.
Because they didn't really have a Hawkins lab anymore in season 2,
Oh yes.
a government aspect.
Well,
so.
Yes and no.
Well, that building was still intact, wasn't it? The
It
portal
is,
was still
yeah.
open, right?
Yeah. Yeah, without getting too, like, they have.
What do you mean they don't have that plays a huge part in the story?
It does. They have filled out.
Is it-
They've
I don't know what you're trying to get at, I guess.
Reoccupied?
reoccupied the building. So yeah,
Oh.
the government's back,
Oh, okay.
but they play a.
They're not the
They're not a.
main
Main villain.
They almost actually
No spoilers. But Samwise Gamgee is a main character.
Yes, I did see that.
Oh yeah,
pretty awesome.
He's
That's
great.
I heard
He's
they
great.
actually had a lot of cameos in this movie, or in this season.
Samwise
Paul Reiser, I
Gamgee.
think, in there.
Paul Reiser.
I couldn't believe it when I
who's-
saw Paul Reiser.
who's playing basically exact same role he did in Aliens.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that's the thing. Season 2 is very Aliens compared to Alien.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
That's one of the big vibes they went with. They also went with The Exorcist. I don't know if you noticed the last couple episodes. Very Exorcist heavy.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
So.
Yep.
Sweet.
All right, let's move on. Kyle, what are you nerding out about?
Well, Punisher. I've been chopped the bit for this one. This is actually going to get me to go reboot up my Netflix because I haven't fucking turned that thing on in forever.
Are you still paying for it?
Hashtag worth it.
It's my brother's, so it's yeah.
Nice.
That's all I need is the password. Got to find that one again. Don't kick me off Netflix, please.
Yeah, you have to.
I think that
you have
aren't
to
they
act
cracking
like you
down
like
on
him
that
again
stuff
now.
now?
I don't know.
I thought one of these places was trying to crack down on
Screw the
password
man.
sharing. Yeah. But short of that, I got an episode of SEAL Team on DVR. I got to watch.
Oh,
It was
okay.
on the other night.
That's on ABC?
Yeah.
ABC.
It could be NBC.
It
One of
could
those
be.
BCs.
Could be. Broadcasting companies. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Punisher. As we know, it was delayed because of the tragedy in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
And that's very sad. And then this past week, another tragedy in Texas. And at some point, you're just going to have to release the show.
Yeah, it's like if
And-
you're gonna stop every time something bad happens. I mean, society comes to a halt that way, doesn't it?
Yes.
Granted, I'm only talking about a stupid TV show, but I mean that's kind of how it is.
Yeah.
Is that
So
not-
I don't know.
And it is going to be 13 episodes.
I believe so.
Why?
Because
Aren't these 8-9 episode seasons doing really well? Still,
well, they haven't done one. Well, they did Defenders. which
Defenders
eight.
was 8. Both
And
the Stranger Things are 8 or 9, whatever it is,
season 1 was 8, season 2 was 9. Let me just check.
and they
out.
seem to be doing just fine with those.
Defenders is what I just wrote it again.
Deaf Benders.
I'm 4 episodes into Defenders, and I seem to like it more than you did, John.
Yeah, he's really enjoying it.
Oh, good. Well,
Good for you. Like
I didn't-
like what you
I don't get the tone of your voice, though, that I shouldn't be enjoying it.
No,
The condescending tone.
it wasn't a condescending tone.
You're like,
I
he
didn't
enjoys
mean,
it.
I didn't mean for it to sound condescending.
Get this shit, Kyle. He actually likes it, this nerd.
having not seen it, it was one of those things where I definitely like Daredevil, but I still haven't watched any of the other Netflix Marvel shows. So sorry, couldn't give it.
I hate the mobile app. You can't actually see the actual score. You can only see the percentage on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Can't you just Google it
Well-
and say Rotten Tomatoes and it'll show you?
A movie that has like a 7.8 rating is not the same thing as a movie that has like a 7 out of 10 but has 3,000 more reviews to its name
Yep.
than a movie that has 10 reviews and it's a 7.8. Rotten Tomatoes has many problems. That is just one of them.
The smell is another.
Yeah, Defenders is fine. It's at a 74% on Rotten Tomatoes. So.
Defenders is?
That's not bad, I guess, right?
Yeah. That's a C.
That got me through college.
There you go.
Is it?
Jordan went to college. What a loser.
How are those student loans treating you?
Yeah,
Fucking student loans, man.
can't get done with those soon.
So my nerd out, I saw a preview for this. I've been using Hulu a lot more lately because what was I watching? Brooklyn Nine-Nine. God dang it. I did yesterday.
I never actually did watch it. That's one of the Fox shows, isn't it? Is it Andy Samberg?
So I've been watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine on Hulu, which I hadn't watched before. I guess. I don't know. I don't watch much sitcom stuff on TV, so.
That's kind of a hard sitcom, though. Like, I think when it first came out, somebody made the joke of like, yeah, it's all laughs until they get to the first rape kit or something like that.
Oh,
This was back on one of the roasts when Andy Samberg was,
getting roasted?
yeah, or no, he was one of the roasters.
Oh, one of the
but-
roasters.
One of the diets.
So, yeah, it's funny. It's not better than, say, like The Office or Parks and Rec, which is like my type of humor.
Nah.
But I don't know. It's consistently like, that's funny.
Is it
Not-
better or worse than Friends?
Depend. Well, like Friends is in its own category for me. Friends is like screensaver television. You don't have to pay attention to it. You can connect to it, and you can enjoy it. You can turn away. Oh, Friends is on. Okay, turn away.
What about How I Met Your Mother?
I fucking hate that show.
Yeah, I don't
So is
like
it better or it's?
I hate
it's better
anything
than How I
that
Met
Chuck
Your
Lorre
Mother?
has done.
You don't like The Big Bang Theory?
No.
Really?
Yeah, I think it. Yeah, it does stuff with nerds.
Yeah, I think
That-
the earlier stuff was better, but I still enjoy
Okay.
watching it.
Yeah, I don't watch it.
No?
No.
Eh.
Yeah.
I like the sciencey humor.
Yeah, I don't know. They put like all of these different. Every nerd in that show has like their own stereotype, and then they also have like the nerd stereotype,
Yeah.
and it's like, they're
John does not feel he's being represented by that show.
No, I think you're like pigeonholing. Oh, this person, Anyways, we're not gonna get into it. 2.5 Men, Big Bang Theory. I don't know. Does Chuck Lorre do How I Met Your Mother? I feel like he had to have been a Chuck story creator. He's one of the creators of all those CBS sitcoms. If there's been a CBS sitcom that's released in like the last 15 years,
Yeah, he's had his hand in it.
he's had his hand in it. He might just be a producer on that, but learn how to tell a fucking story. Hey kids, this is How I Met Your Mother. I was dating a girl, she got cancer, and I married your aunt. Is that how that ends?
Is that what it was?
Well, you just ruined it for
Oh,
him.
I was never going to watch that show.
Is that how
I've
it
seen
ends?
episodes, I just would
Yeah.
I've never
Yes,
seen it,
that's-
and that's how it ends, right?
That's how it ends. And they
Boom. I didn't need 600 episodes to tell you guys that.
had to.
Here's a silly anecdote about how I slept with someone.
Yes, they had to film the scenes with the kids when they were that age. So they
Right.
filmed that in 2005. Show ends in 2014. And so they knew the end the whole time. And yeah, they took 10 years to get to it.
Better than Lost. They didn't know what they were going to do with the end of that show.
I don't think I watched after like season 2 of Lost.
It gets weird. If it wasn't weird enough, it gets even weirder. So anyways,
it's horrible at the end, right?
on Hulu, one of the ads was for this show, Future Man, with Josh Hutcherson. And it's co-created by Seth Rogen. It's about a guy who plays a video game that you can't beat, and he ends up beating it. And then it's a Last Starfighter situation where it was actually a game developed by people in the future to find the savior that will come and save the human race from these things called the biotics. So he comes back, these time travelers come back to recruit him, and he's just like a nerd, like, janitor kind of guy who plays this video game. I'm really enjoying it. It's all of the episodes released on Hulu on the 16th. So what is that? Yesterday? Today?
Today?
Did I just start watching it today? Jeez. I'm like 6 episodes in.
I think today's the 16th.
Yeah, today's.
So imagine like a sci-fi show like a show on sci-fi, like your Stargates and what like low budget sci-fi futuristic shows are on there.
See, the thing is, like, I think they usually pump more money into their shows than their movies. Like their shows,
Yeah, it's
like
not,
are
it's not
like
quite
they're
sci-fi
hit or miss.
original.
Well, and I thought it was a sci-fi show at first when you first started talking about it.
Right.
Is a Hulu one?
Yeah, it's on Hulu.
Oh, okay.
So it's half Seth Rogen humor, half like there are scenes where it's the characters from the future and they're playing it like super hard, like like I turn the channel, this dumb show sci-fi's on, and then they go back to Seth Rogen humor, and it's really good. I recommend it. So Future Man, Josh Hutcherson, PETA.
Oh, the guy from.
PETA.
I totally spaced out the whole
The guy
whatever
from
you just
PETA.
talked about.
Future Man.
From PETA?
PETA from Hungry
I
Games.
believe it's Hutcherson.
okay.
There's an R in
Hutcherson?
there.
Did you ever watch any of the Orville?
No.
I wasn't sure how
Yeah, I
that
haven't-
like
I haven't watched
sci-fi
Orville.
Seth MacFarlane shit would go.
Is that supposed to be serious or a comedy?
It's supposed to be a spoof. Like Galaxy Quest.
Okay.
I liked Galaxy.
Galaxy Quest is great.
Yeah,
Never saw it.
Alan Rickman made that movie.
Alan Rickman made everything.
Alan Rickman's fucking awesome.
Well, that's going to be all for us today until maybe 2 weeks from now. I don't know. We'll be talking about probably do Nerd Out on The Punisher. Not review The Punisher, though. You can go other places for that.
Yeah.
This episode is also available on YouTube. If you go over to YouTube and search We Sound Like Nerds, it'll be on there once we upload it. At the top, I let you know that you can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/We Sound Like Nerds. Instagram, Twitter, at WSLN Podcast. And make sure to subscribe to us on iTunes. Thanks for checking out the show. We have surpassed 650 downloads.
Oh,
That's pretty awesome.
Really?
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Especially you. For We Sound Like Nerds, I'm exhausted zombie vampire John.
This is Kyle.
And I'm well rested, Jordan.
Fuck you, Jordan. See you guys next week.